What's up guys, welcome back to 7th Gear, the channel. My name is Lorenzo, my friends call me Renzo. If you're new to the channel, please check out the previous videos and also like and subscribe. Follow me on social media, Instagram at Ride with Renzo. So if you saw the last video, I went over some of the configuration about the GTD, went through some of the options, and talked briefly about the extended palette. And I left you off with us waiting to hear back from Multimatic. Well, I've heard back. I hope your week is off to a good start. It was merry until you sent me this email. I heard back from the team at Multimatic regarding your extended palette requests. Please let me know how you would like to proceed or if there are any other colors you would like to submit an EP for. Kind regards, Mary. The requested color must be an OEM paint color. Unique variations or custom formulations are not supported. Sample color requests will be limited to 2. You must sign and return the designated flat sample to your concierge within 10 days of your sample package shipping. A return envelope will be included. Look, the only reason why I read that, and I don't think that's in violation of any type of agreements that I've signed. If you're watching this and you don't like it, send me a text or email and I will take this video down. The only reason I'm sharing this part of the build is because, first of all, it's part of the build process, and this is part of the experience of getting that car here, but also because I know there are other future Mustang GTD owners who are kind of maybe going through the same thing. I know a lot of people have submitted orders, but I haven't seen anybody get any kickbacks yet from the people that I follow. But also too, I know that there are future Mustang GTD owners who haven't even had their call yet, and the build window hasn't opened as far as configuration. So I know there are a lot of people asking me questions about mirror caps or what options are standard, what about the brake cap, like just random stuff. And I know some of those people also are wanting to do extended palette colors, and this is gonna be something that they probably have to cross themselves. So some back history on the number one color that I was hoping to get approved with is 1996 Mystic Clear Coat, first production vehicle to be painted in a color shift paint. This is before Midnight Purple 2, which was a color shift. Midnight Purple 1 on the GTR was not a true color shift. Midnight Purple 2 was, and Purple 3 was, and then eventually 4. But Mystic on 96 Cobras were the first color shift paint to leave a factory on a factory production line on a car. I did this TikTok video one time talking about the history, and it blew up, and people thought that I painted my car Midnight Purple 2, and it's not. But yeah, a really cool history about the Mystic paint. It was proprietary technology, so whenever you had like body work or something to be repaired, Ford would send a representative down to basically confiscate the remaining paint samples. And to my knowledge, paint that was even oversprayed like on masking tape or masking paper, because they used to use the same pigment technology in $100 bills to show that they were real, because it had like that color shift little logo on it or whatever, and they didn't want people to figure out how to recreate it, I guess, which is interesting because I mean they have cars outside, like they could do, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into all the details of that, but it's pretty cool history of the car. I was born in 1996. I had a family friend who had one. I could hear that car coming down the street and I knew exactly what car it was. Loved the car. Was heartbroken when he sold it. Had no idea it was a 96 when I was a kid. But always dreamed about owning one day. I was fortunate enough to be able to buy one a few years ago, and then bought another one a couple of years after that, and that's this car. I still currently own this one. This one has a Terminator swap driveline with 14,000 miles that came off of a wrecked 2004 Mystic Chrome convertible. It's probably a car I will never sell. But I really wanted to see if we could get that color done on the GTD. And I even, when I spoke to them on the phone, I said, even if they can't make it feasible for the body, let me know if they can do the center stripe in Mystic. And apparently they can't. Boss 429 is another dream car of mine, as it is for many people. And this is the color that I assumed, and I was like 99% sure that it would be feasible, but it's not, which I'm still shocked by. But the color is black jade. As the name says, in most angles, the car looks black. In the sun, you see that green come through. And even on camera, it looks like gray, charcoal gray, but that's green. To my knowledge, they had to change the name because people were ordering this car in 1969 and the car was showing up green. And they thought black jade meant that the car was gonna be black. So from my knowledge, in 70, I think they changed the color name. But I was so looking forward to this spec, and it's not feasible. I don't really know how to go about picking a color because number one, these are both Ford colors. I had a feeling Mystic was gonna get denied based on things I have already heard. With the GT Mark IV project, I know a lot of color shift colors were denied, but then I just saw a post on Instagram with one that had like a crazy color shift color. So I really don't know how they're actually going about this. So it's a bit head scratching for me to even know, like, hey, why did it get denied? What is the reason why? Why wasn't it feasible? Can we have some options and some examples of maybe like what to look for? What's gonna be completely a waste of time, you know, so we don't have to send another email and wait another 2 weeks or week, and ultimately not knowing how much these paints are gonna cost because I don't know yet until they approve it. So I have no idea how else to go about this, so it's a bit of a guess. Hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea if you're a future DTD configurator, because that black jade color, it doesn't have any color shifting properties like the Mystic does. I don't know if it's because of the metallics. Again, I don't have an explanation of why it got denied, and I don't know enough about paint technologies from the 60s versus now, and you know how that is affected based on the materials that we're shooting on. I really don't know. So it's a bit of a guess. I sent 3 or 4 more requests to the team to see if those are going to be feasible or not. And you know, in my opinion, again, I don't know enough about these modern paint properties versus the 60s, but had they gotten close to black jade, I would have been completely fine. You know, if it looked similar, it didn't have to be the exact same color. We don't have that car in the garage in the collection, so it didn't have to be an exact match. If they would have told me that, I would have said, sure, fine. It is what it is. I'll still do it, but just because it's from Ford doesn't mean that it's gonna be approved. And now I'm having to go outside the Ford umbrella because some of the colors that I really like are not from Ford. And this is gonna be a good, I guess, gauge on what comes back. Hopefully these next 3 don't come back denied, and we have maybe both or all or one option in there that's feasible. And they're really nice colors. I've seen these colors on other cars, and I've owned this color on a different vehicle, and I absolutely loved it. So I don't know, guys, we will see what happens. In the meantime, we have to just wait, and yeah. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Regardless, like, I don't want this to be like a negative thing, because I'm like, we're so like excited and thrilled and just like having a blast with this entire experience. I wish it would have been like that crate from Ford with the GT program that like had all the little swatches and materials, but you know, obviously they spent the money in developing the configurator, which is really cool. I can go on there and just start mixing colors again and just hope that one sticks. But I went in there yesterday when I heard that news, and I updated the color of the car to one of the colors that I sent out for an EP check again, and still looks really good. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to follow along on this journey for updates and all the ups and downs and surprises. To see the rest of the car content, follow me on Instagram at Ride with Renzo. And I will see y'all on the next one. See y'all.